Have you ever been awake at night in a dark room, and just out of the corner of your eye, you feel like you just saw something move? So you look around and there's nothing there, but you just know you saw something. So you get up and walk around the house. You check all the rooms, looking, listening. Oh, you heard a creak. Now you're sure something is there. Well, that was probably just this guy. Well, he may look scary in the dark, but Wally Warden, let me tell you, he's not such a bad guy after all. In fact, we're going to visit his house today to check some things out. But before we get going, allow me to draw your attention to one thing quickly. I have been struggling in the last few weeks trying to put all of this work into my microphone audio to make it sound more professional. And I think we're finally there. And I couldn't have done it without one of the kindest human beings in the entire world and one of my closest friends. No, not Wally Warden. My friend Dave worked with me for a few hours, even after I spent several hours on my own reworking my own audio. And just as a thank you to Dave for fixing my junky EQ settings, Dave now lives employed forever in my world as the mending villager in the iron farm. Dave, thank you, buddy. I've done some scouting, and there's actually a couple of ancient cities right below pretty much where we're at now. But before I head over to start the adventure in the ancient city, I need to pick up an additional supply from the iron farm, and it comes in the form of string. If you didn't know, iron farms not only produce iron and poppies, but when cats fall in there, because cats spawn in villages, they will drop string, and we can use that string to craft it into wool. Now, I'm not too sure if this is gonna be enough for the entire trip, but it'll at least save me some time in shearing sheep. Well, it doesn't look like I'm gonna save too much time after all. I only got like 3.5 stacks of wool, and I'm gonna need a lot. So I guess I'm stuck here for a while. Did you know that if you jump and shear sheep at the same time, you'll get twice as many wool from every shearing? That's not even remotely true, but I have to give myself a reason for why I was jumping around this little pen for over an hour, and that's the best that I could come up with. So, yeah, I think 18 stacks of wool, that's gonna do it. All right, here is everything that you're gonna want to take to the ancient city, and the first thing is a bunch of wool, snowballs, not a bad idea to bring a crafting table and an extra pickaxe just in case. Some night vision potions are gonna be really helpful as well, and instant health potions. Also, a bunch of empty shulker boxes so we can collect all of that amazing loot, and all your regular tools. Absolutely bring an anvil with you, do not forget it. Once you've got everything ready to go, make sure you go and find yourself an ancient city. You can use tools like chunk base, or you can go into spectator mode in a creative world, or you can just go exploring on your own if you want to. But over here in this giant cave, not too far from my base area, if I fly down here, you're gonna notice right away that there is nothing. Where's it at? And I know it's here somewhere because I scouted this out beforehand. There we go. There's all the skulk down there. Ancient cities are part of a special biome called the Deep Dark. Not every Deep Dark biome is an ancient city, but every ancient city is in a Deep Dark biome. Hopefully that makes sense and is not confusing. You saw that guy light up right there. That's because there's a monster down there triggering them. That is called a skulk sensor, and they detect vibrations. So we're gonna have to be very careful, especially because that guy right there is called a skulk shrieker, and the skulk shrieker is what we need to avoid. If you make any kind of noise and send a vibration to one of those sensors, it will trigger the shrieker, and if you trigger the shrieker too many times, you're gonna come face to face with Wally Warden. And when he first wakes up, he's a little grumpy. He doesn't like to be awoken from his slumber, so just be careful. And I believe that a hoe is actually the quickest way to do that. Oh, that's number 2. BluJay, what are you doing? You're not even inside yet, and you're already causing problems. Okay, let's try this again. I'm gonna go ahead and mine it. There we go. Shrieker gone. Now, I can make all the noise I want. Another block that you may encounter is this one right here. This is called the Skulk Catalyst. And essentially what happens with the Skulk Catalyst is anytime something dies and emits XP around this area, the Skulk Catalyst will spread Skulk around the general vicinity, so it could convert this deep slate to Skulk. Allow me to pull out my handy dandy potions box and drink a night vision potion, and that should get me some pretty fantastic visibility into this area. And hey, here we go. No, sir. You're not allowed to come on this trip. Get out. I believe this is where I need to go. This tunnel, oh yes, this tunnel right here splits into two different directions. I've already scouted this out. One leads to one ancient city, and the other one leads to another. Oh, there it is. It's terrifyingly beautiful. Let's talk about what's next. So what I'm gonna do now is find a place that I can dig a safe house, just in case I need to hightail it out of here, in the event that I'm being chased down by one or multiple wardens. But before I can do that, this is a little bit too close for comfort, and I believe it's the only shrieker in the area. I don't see any more on this tower. So this is where... No! Uh-oh. That's bad news. This is where it's going to be important to talk about how many times you're allowed to do that before the warden pops out, and I believe it's 4. That was 3. So if I make any more noise in here, which is unfortunate for me because I didn't get any of my wool out before we came down here. What was I thinking? It's very possible that I'm going to set this down and the warden's going to come out. Maybe instead, I should just dig this block, because either way, I'm going to be making noise. So... Okay. All right. We're far enough away now. Let's jump and get up here, and let's get some wool. Wool does not make any noise at all, so you can walk on it, and whenever you place it down, it's completely silent as far as they are concerned. So I can go over here and break that, and no Wally Warden. Fantastic. Great job, BluJay. Oh, hello. Oh, please don't let there be any shriekers in here. Oh, BluJay, one thing you forgot, sir. You didn't bring a bed. Be right back. I've got my bed now, but the night vision potion has run out, so allow me to just show you kind of how scary this is if you don't have night vision. You can't really see anything, and it's a lot harder to spot the sensors and the shriekers. I would really advise against doing this without night vision potions, at least on your first attempt. Or unless you're looking for kind of a crazy thrill. That's up to you. I choose vision. Always choose to sleep and set your spawn. All right, I've got a fresh night vision potion and I'm ready to head out into the deep dark ancient city. This is the first method that we're going to use to tackle the ancient city, and that's basically to leave everything as is and only go for the loot chests. The only exception to that would be this one right here, because I wouldn't have been able to get set up had I not taken out that first shrieker. We're gonna be sneaky and silent, hopefully. And that was good confirmation for me right there that there are no shriekers on this tower, and so it is safe to open this chest. Once I open the chest, I can find anything inside, from Skulk sensors to enchanted books, swift sneak to, oh my goodness, straight out of the gate. Let's go. And fire protection. I don't have any fire protection armor yet. That's fantastic. This is terrible, actually. Curse of binding and curse of vanishing. Yikes. I'm gonna leave that there. And then a music disc. Music discs are always fun to find. If you get incredibly lucky to get swift sneak straight out of the gate like I just did, this is why you have the anvil. No, it costs 28. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. That's okay. There's a solution for that as well. And that solution is somewhere. There it is. This hoe right here does not have silk touch on it. And the reason why I brought it with me is for this very reason. With a hoe that does not have silk touch on it, if you mine Skulk, it will instantly give you experience points. I think I'm just gonna mine a bunch of this out until I have enough enchantment points to apply Swift Sneak 3 to my pants, and then life's just about to get a whole lot easier. Oh man, all of my experience points are just falling down to the ground down there. I've got enough levels to apply this now, but before I do, I just want to make sure that you understand the difference and what we're talking about with Swift Sneak. Pretty much the only way to navigate through the ancient city safely is to sneak. And so, if I'm sneaking right now, it's going rather slow. However, if I put Swift Sneak on the pants, 28 levels, that's so expensive, but it's worth it. Look how fast we go now! And I'm already aware of a few Skulk Shriekers that are on the other side of this wall over here because I saw them from up above. I'm not sure of any others in the area, but again, as long as you're sneaking, everything should be fine. You really don't need to do anything with the skulks that are out in the open, but what we're looking for are loot chests. Ooh, and am I far enough away from things to drink another potion? I guess we're gonna find out quickly. Okay, good. We found a quiet corner of the city. Oh. The other thing that might be a good idea that I haven't been doing yet as well is leaving yourself a breadcrumb trail so that you know how to get back out of here in the event of emergency. And if once I round that corner, I'm gonna know where I'm going, but I want these wool blocks because they're easy to spot. They contrast well against the skulk, and every time I place them down, it's gonna be silent. When you come across an area and you're trying to figure out if there's any loot nearby, you're gonna wanna keep a good distance between yourself and the shriekers and sensors, because not only do they detect vibrations, if you bump into them, that's gonna automatically set them off. So again, keep a good distance between yourself and the dangerous stuff, and look at that, there's a loot chest right there. In order to safely open up a loot chest without breaking any of the shriekers, because obviously there's multiple shriekers here, and there's a sensor or two that can set them off, your plan of attack is to block off and dampen the sound from even being able to reach the shriekers, and we can do that by surrounding them with wool. And I believe that's the last one except for that guy right there. So now I feel pretty confident that I can open this chest with no risk. There we go. And we got some new loot here. We got some candles, some echo shards that can be crafted into a recovery compass. That'll come in handy. And we've got a golden enchanted apple. Beautiful. Along with a couple skulk catalysts, some potions of regeneration, another music disc, and some iron leggings, which I don't really care about. We'll just leave that there. And honestly, that's pretty much it for looting the ancient city. If you're trying to avoid making any sound and avoid breaking the ancient city, if you want to leave it as is, just in case for some reason you want to come down here and fight a warden, and rather than just blowing through here and destroying everything, it's kind of nice to leave it as is and give yourself a little bit of a challenge. One more quick tip for you that it might be a good idea to do is put a piece of wool over a chest if you've already looted it. That way you're not going around in circles, trying to figure out where you've already been. So, I'm gonna keep exploring for just a little bit to see what I can get in the way of loot. I'll probably keep the camera rolling because the last couple of episodes I've done some really ridiculous things that I didn't catch on the camera that would have been really nice for you guys to see. It was not nice for me to experience getting, killed in lava by a piglin or blown up by creepers. All of the unpleasant things that you guys like to watch. I don't know why you like it so much, but I'll do my absolute very best to get everything on camera today. The center of every ancient city is a gigantic frame that looks like the face of a warden. There's also a lot of speculation that that could be a portal someday. There's been no indication that it's actually gonna be, but that'd be kind of cool. The 15th anniversary of Minecraft is actually, I believe, this month. So who knows, maybe sometime in the near future they'll announce something kind of crazy. But at the very least, it's something kind of ominous and scary to look at for the time being. I believe there are no shriekers that have not been covered over here. Let's open it up. Oh yes, more stuff. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of lost right now. This is one of those do as I say, not as I do moments where, remember when I told you earlier to leave yourself a breadcrumb trail so you know where to go in case you have to run away? I kind of stopped doing that. Hey look, diamonds. Honestly, this is going way better than my... Oh my gosh. What just happened? Oh, I just got so lucky. I stepped on a landmine and there's nothing around here to hear it. Oh, if there were shriekers nearby. You almost gave me away to the Warden, and I was just about to say how good I was doing. My first couple of attempts in the ancient city, I actually triggered the Warden like almost right away. And so far today, ooh, we're free and clear. Let's take care of these shriekers, shall we? Oh no, and it's about to get dark. Oh no, I shouldn't have said anything. I should not have said anything about how well I was doing. Let's have a sip. All right, nothing. We're doing great. More coal. Ooh, and music disc fragments. This music disc is actually super creepy sounding, but I don't think I've ever actually gotten the disc fragments in game in order to build it. That'd be kind of fun to get. Diamonds. Is there anybody around? Should I go for it? Should I risk it? These are easy pickings. The ones on the ceiling earlier were hard to get to, but I don't think I can pass this up. Let's take it. Let's see if we trigger any shriekers. Oh, there's 2 diamonds. Yes. Beautiful. Love it. Free stuff. Always good. Now, there's one treasure that I have not come across just yet that I don't know if I'm gonna get today. The Silence Armor Trim is the most difficult armor trim in the game to get because it's such a low % chance to spawn inside of an ancient city. Yeah, so far, no armor trims. There are 2 armor trims that you can find in an ancient city. One of them is called the Ward Armor Trim, and the other one is the Silence, and the Silence is absolutely the most tedious in the entire game to get. Some people have searched like hundreds of ancient cities before they find one. I love the way that the trim looks, so I might be one of those people that's looking for the Silence Armor Trim in hundreds of ancient cities in order to find it. Well, we're just gonna have to see. Maybe we'll get lucky today, who knows? Another interesting thing that you can find inside of ancient cities, underneath every single, I guess we'll call it a portal frame, for lack of better term. But anyway, inside of that, underneath it rather, you're gonna find a redstone room because this ancient city, they were experimenters apparently, and they did all sorts of things with redstone and the lights just went out. But hey, now the lights are on. There are, I believe, 3 different variations of the redstone room underneath the center frame, so be sure to check it out. Okay, I'm pretty sure that I've raided this entire city. I've gotten every single chest in here. I just need to find my way out. And we're home free. Ancient City number 1 was a huge success. No wardens, no deaths, and tons of loot. This ancient city I expect to go just as well, but I'm gonna spawn the warden on purpose. And I'm gonna show you one slightly different method for taking care of the shriekers. I also wanted to call attention to my screen right now because I was editing the first half of this video just now and noticed that the particles from the potions were just flying around obnoxiously. Man, I wish there was a setting in game that could fix that. Sometimes I feel like it's just a little too much. So I've enabled a no potion particle texture pack. I still have night vision, but you're not gonna see the yellow swirlies anymore. So sorry about that. I'm going to set up another staircase right here in Ancient City number 2 that will allow me to get out of here very quickly, especially because I'm gonna be summoning the warden probably right here. I've also switched things over to my camera account. Hello, camera! Just so you can see all of this happening from a slightly different perspective. I'm not quite sure if my danger counter has reset, but as mentioned earlier, you can anger the shriekers 4 times, and on the 4th time, the warden will spawn in. It doesn't take much, just a little bit of noise. So let's make some noise. Okay. No warden just yet. And we're still free and clear. Okay, attempt number 3 didn't spawn the warden, so that means this very next time the warden is gonna come out of the ground and come after me. I'm too nervous. I don't want to die. Actually, okay, yeah, that's much better. The only thing I'm gonna take with me right now on this first attempt is some chicken, some snowballs, and another night vision potion as backup. I don't want to lose anything because I am gonna try to potentially show you guys the attacks as well, because they are rather interesting. But before I do that, we're gonna show you how to hopefully successfully evade the Warden once it's spawned. Are you ready? And here we go on attempt number 4 to make some noise. Oh, he's right there, right in front of me. Let's get moving. Oh, let's get moving. And I am going to immediately toss a snowball right over there to make some noise and send him that direction because he is too close to comfort. Ooh, that was nerve-wracking. So, the behaviors of the Warden. The Warden can sniff, and the Warden can sense vibrations. If you are crouching, the Warden cannot sense vibrations from you at all, even if you throw a projectile like a snowball or fire an arrow from a bow and arrow. How close is he? Is he coming over here? Hello? I don't see him, but I need to pay attention to where I'm going. Once I get outside of 20 blocks away, oh gosh, there he is again. Let's toss another snowball right over there. Once you get outside of 20 blocks away from the Warden, you will lose the darkness effect as well. Oh, it didn't work. Oh, I need another sensor. Oh, I need another sensor to distract the Warden. Oh, we're in trouble. Let's go this way. This is not good. If you are within 6 blocks of the Warden can smell you, and the Warden, once he smells you, will add anger to you, and once you receive a certain amount of anger, the Warden's going to attack. So the less you can anger the Warden, the better. This is good. There are some sensors right here that I can trip with the snowball just in case he gets any closer. But my goal is to get at least 20 blocks away so that I can lose the darkness effect. Okay, good. We sent him the other direction. Oh, thank goodness. That'll buy me a little bit of time to scooch a little bit farther away. And now you're seeing right here why it's super important to have Swift Sneak. I can't outrun this guy very quickly. I am out of range of the darkness effect, so I've got a little bit more control and ability to see where this guy's at. If he comes back within 20 blocks, there he is over there, I will immediately gain the darkness effect again, and the hunt is on. Once I sit here for 60 seconds and the Warden is unbothered, the Warden is just going to burrow back down under the ground and take another nap. And that is how you successfully evade the Warden. Okay, so the Warden's back underground, and just because I like you guys, I want to show you the attacks. So let's bring Wally Warden back up from his nap. Hello there. Hi. So I'm gonna stay close enough for him to detect me. He should be able to sniff. I am gonna back away a little bit. There he is. He knows I'm here. He's added anger points to me, and he's gonna keep on coming after me, and he's gonna come quicker. He's not quite angry enough at me just yet to attack, but he's getting there. He knows that I'm here. Sniff, sniff, Mr. Warden. Come on, I'm right here. Just get mad. You can do it. No, don't go that way. I'm trying to give you a free kill here. Wally. Yeah, that's right. Get angry. Get angry. And now I'm dead. You can see, with no armor, it's an easy one-shot. And quite frankly, even with the best armor, the Warden will take you down pretty quick. So that was the smash attack, the first of 2 attacks that the Warden can do. Let's see if I can show you the other one. Can I throw a snowball and hit him in the face? I can. Now he's mad. Is he going to do the sonic boom, or is he going to chase me down? Oh, he's going to chase me down. Let's see if I can get away. Wally, come here, buddy. There it is. There's the sonic boom. Ouchie. Yeah, BluJay was obliterated by a sonically charged shriek whilst trying to escape the Warden. All right, I've got all my stuff back on me, and I'm gonna drink another night vision potion, and I'm burning through these quickly, so I need to stop messing around and actually get to looting, because I only have 3 of these left, and I guarantee you that's not going to get me through this entire city, but I do want to show you one more thing with the Warden before I go loot this place, and here it is. I've got my Swift Sneak pants back on. I don't have any snowballs, and you know what? I'm not all that concerned about it. Are you ready? Hello, Warden. Come on back out. One last time. There we go. Now, I'm going to scooch away. And I'm not all that worried about trying to distract the Warden because I can move very quickly with my swift sneak pants on and get out of range. I'm already almost out of the darkness range, and there's no way that Wally Warden's gonna be able to catch me, and so he's gonna despawn. Again, swift sneak, absolutely vital if you want to get through the ancient city and not really worry about the Warden at all. He's right over there. He has no idea I'm here. So all I gotta do is not go within range of him to sniff me or hear my vibrations, and Wally Warden's just gonna go right back to sleep with no hassle. Good night. Now, here's the one thing I do want to talk about that's different from the approach that we took before. If I open this chest, I believe that shrieker is gonna get triggered, and I don't see any more around, but let me just double check the roof. You never can tell. Yeah, nothing. So that's literally the only shrieker around. So rather than hassling with trying to cover these things up, all I'm gonna do, I'm gonna mine it. Done. Easy. With a silk touch hoe, you even get to keep the shrieker, and if you place it back down, nothing. This shrieker no longer works to summon the Warden. Absolutely amazing. And now I can open the chest, take all the loot, and be on about my business. And this method is going to require that I use way less wool, especially because once I do take out the shriekers, I can recover all the wool and use it somewhere else in the city. So there you go. 2 different methods to raid the city and some tips and tricks on how to evade the Warden. And because I spent so much time hanging out with Wally, I burned through a lot of my night vision potions, and I know I'm not gonna have enough to get through this next city. So I'm gonna call it an episode here and loot this thing on my own time. Are you headed to the ancient city? Are you still afraid of Wally the Warden? Or are you ready to charge straight in and get all of the great loot? If you did enjoy today's video, don't forget to comment, like the video, and subscribe if you're new. And hey, don't go anywhere. There's more Bedrock Guide content on the way.